Good morning, guys. I just woke up, so it's gonna be a moving day for me. I just took off my foot brace right here, which I like to joke about that we've been sleeping together for almost a year now. And no, it's not a person, it's me and this lovely foot brace for my right foot. But it does really make a big difference, especially when my foot's been hurting a little bit more lately. So now I'm gonna go ahead and get myself ready for the day and then take the sheets off the bed so that I can get those in the washing machine so that when the owner of the house comes back, those will be clean and ready for them. So a lot of the time I do have a little bit of added difficulty falling asleep the night before I know I'm gonna move. I think it's just the anticipation of knowing what's coming up that next day. But I think you can have this too with other things, like if you have a presentation at work or a big project due, or when I used to have tests in school, I know I would get this sometimes too. So I don't think this is necessarily specific to moving, but I definitely do experience that around these moving days with house sitting. I'm gonna go throw a load of laundry in now. I think one of the best parts about house sitting, or there's many great parts, but one of the parts I really like is that I have not had to pay for laundry since I've been house sitting. Every apartment I've ever lived in, there's always the hidden fees of having to pay for laundry, which is something you never seem to account for when you consider the cost of rent and also your utilities. So I've had to hang dry the laundry here, which is kind of annoying. The stuff from last night is still not fully dry, so I'm really glad I already washed it last night. I think now with the sun coming up, it's going to dry really quickly now though. Oh, I see one of my nails that broke off in the parking lot from yesterday. And this is my last walk at Cheeseman Park. I'm really gonna miss it. So I just did about a 2-mile walk around Cheeseman Park, and now I got this cappuccino, which I'm gonna put down because it's really hot actually. I didn't get one of those sleeves around the outside. I think those are kind of dumb. And I was just really walking around the block back to my house, but I already cleaned the coffee maker here, so I really just didn't want to make that dirty again, but I definitely wanted my morning coffee. What I'm doing right now is just going through some emails and some job postings to look for auditions, and I'm just writing them down into my paper calendar. Between the house sitting and coordinating those moves and then auditions and shows that I'm in, it does take a lot of coordination, and laying it out on paper really helps me, even though I know that most people use Google calendars for this. I just feel like physically the act of writing it down helps me remember it without even having to look, and then also it just helps me to see it visually because I can really look at a whole week all at once. Usually I'm a little bit more in a time crunch when I'm leaving a house sit, but this woman is actually not coming back until 11 p.m. tonight. So it's nice because I get to chill and do a little bit of computer work here this morning before I have to move. Otherwise I would be doing that upon arriving there, which is always a little bit more stressful because you really want to be settling into the place, but then sometimes you kind of have to like force yourself to go sit and get work done, especially if it's something that's on a timeline. And now let the cleaning begin. If there are surfaces to wipe off, like this glass table, then I'll definitely do that. So I'm just using a glass cleaner. I'll also go over stuff like this where it just might have gotten dusty in the amount of time that the people were away. Not that I ever put anything here next to the TV. So basically what I do now is I just go through room by room and clean the house. So I'm starting with the bathroom today, and I already broke something in the sink, which I'll show you guys now. So there's this little plug in the bottom of the sink, and while I was going over it to get it nice and shiny and make sure there was no gunk around it, I ended up somehow pulling it off entirely. So that's kind of annoying. Anyways, I thought showing this in the mirror was kind of a fun and different way to film so that you guys can still see me, but also see what I'm doing. And you can also see exactly how I'm filming this. Also, I figured nobody's that interested in watching me clean the toilet, so I guess you're gonna see the footage here of me cleaning the sink instead. But just know that I really did clean the toilet before this person got home. Honestly, maybe we should just rename the channel Maren Makes It Clean, because I feel like in half my vlogs, I'm just showing you guys how I clean a house when I'm moving. But in all honesty, I do vlog the moving days more because those are the more interesting days. Most days, I am just sitting on the computer and taking care of a pet, so it's just not that interesting to vlog. For the shower here, I just bleached it and then scrubbed it out, so it's looking pretty nice and white and clean to me here. The bathroom is immaculately clean and the rugs are dry. As soon as the mop floor is fully dry, I'm gonna put those down too. All right, I'm stopping cleaning for a lunch break. I'm gonna have one of the lean and fresh meals that I've been having the last week as an experiment as my lunch, and it's really convenient right now that this is already pre-prepared. You can see I'm also trying to stay hydrated with the leftover cappuccino, my sparkling water, and then my regular water because it's 97 out and I just feel like I'm cooking every time I go out there. I'm gonna turn the air conditioner back on, which I turned off for the purposes of filming because I know it's really annoying in the background, and enjoy my lunch. There's a few different beauty products and things that are not really food that I end up putting in a freezer bag with an ice pack. So for example, these gummy vitamins because they melt. Also these magnesium vitamins that I have, which are a gel, they're like these gel capsules, which I should probably take one by the way, but they kind of congeal and it's actually happened to me, and vitamins are not cheap. So this is super annoying when stuff like this happens. So maybe it is a little bit extra to put your beauty products in a freezer bag, but it is expensive if they melt on you when your car heats up to over 100 degrees. And I know that it must be getting that hot just based on the outside temperature. And actually here's a box, you can see that like this has all this stuff crusted on the outside. And that's because the last time I moved, I left this in the car too long and it got really hot. And now this foaming face cleanser exploded basically onto this other product. I mean, there's still some in here, but it's just really annoying to me and it's a mess and it just creates unnecessary cleaning when stuff like this happens. And I have enough cleaning to do as it is. So I just prefer to put these in a bag and be better safe than sorry. This time isn't as bad as my last move because last time I had a couple days in between house sits, which always complicates things because you end up leaving a lot of stuff in the car for multiple days because I'm not just bringing everything into the hotel or wherever I'm staying. I was just gonna go into vacuum, but some bunny convinced me to play a round of ball first instead. So the game is called Bunnyball, and it works because there's a small hole that you can adjust the size of. So you make it bigger, you put food in, and then you make it smaller. And then as the ball rolls around, the dry food turns into crumbs and starts to fall out a little bit at a time. So the game begins. Rue the rabbit is starting with the ball. She's working her way across the rug. Can she do it? Yes! She shoots and she scores, hitting the ball against my shins, earning her the first point in the game. Possession of the ball now turns over to the human. Rabbit retreats to play defense. Human decides to make a bold move and shoots from all the way across the rug, but oh! Rue uses those quick rabbit reflexes to put up an impressive defense. Rue, back in possession of the ball, makes it back across the rug, but this time, oh, it looks like it goes out of bounds onto the hardwood floor. A little scuffle between human and rabbit ensues as they try to bring the ball back in bounds. After the scuffle, Rue regains possession of the ball and retreats a little. But, oh, it looks like it might go out of bounds again, but she saves it! Oh, no, what is she doing? Sitting down in the middle of the playing field. This could cost her at this stage in the game. And indeed it has. It has given the human a chance to take back possession of the ball and... Time's up. Rue wins Bunnyball! Rue immediately goes to the sidelines. She lays down. She stretches out those back legs. She really wants to avoid getting stiff or tight muscles, so it's really important for her to stretch out those back legs so that she's in shape when her owner comes home. Human has to get back to reality and cleaning. Okay. Okay, guys, that was fun. Now picking up where I left off with vacuuming. Also, this rabbit is totally unfazed by the vacuum. It's hilarious to me because imagine that you're that small and this loud machine bigger than you is just right next to you. I'd be running to hide under the couch. But she's totally unfazed. In fact, sometimes she actually leaps at the vacuum. One of the more fun aspects to me about house sitting is that it gives you a chance to try out a bunch of household stuff and a bunch of different living arrangements so you can see what you actually really like. So for example, I've tried out like 6 different vacuums and it's been really fun to see which ones do I like and which ones do I not like. And this way it's like if I ever do have my own apartment again, I already have a bunch of ideas because I've been able to test all of these products out for a few weeks at a time. The same really goes for, you know, a coffee machine or an espresso maker. I've tried a few different ones of those. Some people do the French press thing only. Some people have the drip coffee. Some people have the, you know, nicer espresso machines. I find especially people who work from home might have that. But it's really kind of fun to try out a bunch of different systems to do these things and see just how many household solutions there are. I did just do the litter box yesterday, but I guess since her owner's coming home today, I'm gonna do it again. So basically I just go and empty it in the dumpster, and then I set her up with some hay, pellets, and this kind of fluff stuff that absorbs, you know, their waste. Okay, so I just finished putting the litter box back together. It's ready to go if she needs it. And she is such a fluff ball. I'm gonna miss her. She's literally a ball shape and she's so soft. Okay, before I let the bunny distract me again for more time than I want to admit, I gotta keep moving, gotta keep cleaning, just keep swimming, just keep cleaning. I'm gonna take down my one single decoration that I have. It's a picture of me and my friend Diana that she gave me recently. But it's kind of funny because I'm used to other people's families being on their fridge, and it's kind of cute that I was able to have one picture of myself up for once somewhere. One thing that kind of sucks is when people have like unknown gunk in their fridge and you feel obligated to clean it out because of course it looks disgusting in an empty fridge, and also they could easily accuse you of doing that. But honestly, some people don't leave their fridge very neat in the first place when I arrive, so it kind of sucks because you end up cleaning up their mess, basically. I just kind of reconcile this, though, by thinking about this as a job because I'm saving so much money in rent. So basically, these all-day cleaning days are just days where I put more hours into this job than I do on other days where I basically do no work for this job, except for maybe checking the house-sitting site to see if I can find some new house sits. Okay, so I basically have everything done. The only things that aren't in the car yet are the things you see here, which is basically my purse and my computer bag. Before I leave, I'm just gonna have a few bites of this banana chia cinnamon pudding from Fresh and Lean. So it's so nice to have this ready to go, and something cold to eat too because it's really hot in here from me opening the door and closing the door and then turning off the AC to film for you guys. It's about 5 o'clock already, and then I'm gonna have to drive about 45 minutes to get to where I'm going. Luckily, well, I guess I'll actually be going with traffic because of rush hour time, so yay for that. I just have to take out the garbage one more time before I go. I think it's gonna be like my fourth or fifth time taking out the garbage today, so you know, you just kind of accept that it is what it is, and you know that there's always more garbage than you kind of plan for these situations, and it just kind of is what it is. It just kind of comes with the turf. I have this feeling every time that I'm not sure if I'm impressed at how much I managed to fit in my car or if I'm just appalled at how much stuff I have. It's kind of a cross between the two. I really always try to leave everything as neat and clean as possible, and how they left it for me, just because nobody wants to come home from vacation and then find that their house is messy and have to be cleaning the first thing when they get back. And I'm officially taking out the trash for the last time here. I'm gonna get in the car and we're gonna do this drive. It's actually a beautiful drive up into the mountains, and the sun will be setting, so it will be hopefully really pretty lighting, and hopefully the sun won't be too much in our eyes, but I got plenty of sunglasses for that. And we're gonna have a celebratory seltzer water on the way. By the way, I've been testing out these Kiss Everlasting nails, and I actually only lost 3 of them, even with all the cleaning that I've been doing today, which is kind of a miracle if you think about it. And also I did these a week ago, so let me just mention that. And let's get in the car. I do also like to leave the person from the last place with some notes, just finally at the end, like what did I clean and what did I do, and if there's any concerns or things that they were like low on, like food for the animals or something, and just thank them again for choosing me to stay at their apartment. I just want to leave things on a really good note. Yep, it's full. What can I say, honestly? All right, if you want to find out how the rest of the day went and how I settled into my new house sit, then be sure to hit the subscribe button. I'll be posting that video next week. As always, I just want to thank you so much for watching. Bye, YouTube.